Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We had a slight hiccup with the technology. It seems that our stream was cut. So thank you for waiting for us. Thank you for joining us here. My name is Steluta and I'm here with Hanane and Anoua. We are both professional coaches, and we are here to guide you on your path to resilience, showing up every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Talking about a subject that it's very up to date, bearing in mind the circumstances that we are going through, both for us as personal at a personal level, but also for organizations, for individuals within the organizations, or for leaders, or for teams. And the topic is resilience, as I said. So I'm gonna be, because I'm still with the hiccup that we had. I'm not sure how many people we have here. So if you are seeing us live here on LinkedIn or later on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, hit the like button, maybe comment below where are you watching us from. It would be cool to know, where do we have the audience? Where does this topic that we are addressing every Tuesday morning resonate with? So good morning, Hanan.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, well, we
How are you?
experienced resilience this morning.
Yes.
Things didn't go as expected. We clicked on the live button, and all of a sudden, we cannot go live. So we still need to control the situation and keep going. Even in the absence of results. That's funny.
I love this, even in the absence of results, and it's not only in the absence of results, but in the uncertainty, because we've tried it many times, right? We've tried and we had the same results. So even when everything seems to be working against you,
you need to keep going, and this is something that we experience at the professional and the personal level also, so that's okay. I always tell myself that's really okay if things don't go as I expected. What matters is just what do you do with that issue? Do you stop? Do you quit? Do you leave? Do you say, okay, next week we go live? So here we are. So let me wrap up a little bit what has been the major discussion of the last episode. The last episode was changing the narrative or changing the story. And we all know that we cannot change our story because the story happened and we can change nothing about it. The only thing that we can change is the way we perceive the story, the way we react toward what happened to us. And changing the narrative in this case implies being aware of the relationship between thoughts, emotions, and actions. These three components are really the basics of mental strength. This is something that was mind shifting to me. It was mind shifting to many clients that I coached. And this is where my masterclass, also my team masterclass, came from. The thoughts and emotions and actions, understanding how our thoughts impact our emotions on a daily basis, and how those emotions either can be empowering or hindering, can gives us the courage to keep moving, or it can just discourage us from taking actions. So yeah, I had one of my clients who told me, I never knew that my mind was my own enemy. I mean, my problem came from my mind, and it's true because we often look at the problems from the surface. We look at the symptoms. We blame others, but we rarely stop and question ourselves and why this happens to me. Maybe it's a pattern. Maybe it's this inner critic that keeps telling us things that we don't want to hear about us. So yeah, awareness can be really mind shifting. It can change your whole perspectives. It can also change the way you perceive the situation, and it can also gives you leverage for a complete shift in your life. This is really very, very important. So today, our subject is how, through clear goals, we can also build the resilience. I've never seen someone who is busy and has goals suffers from any any doubt. I mean, having a wandering mind also implies having a lot of challenges and having and a lot of things to overcome. So I just want to ask you this question, Steluta: how clear goals helped you in building your own resilience? Because
Okay.
I just cannot imagine, I just cannot imagine a football player in the stadium. I mean, with no ball, no goal. Can you just imagine that? I mean, a football player in the middle of stadium, but he has no idea where the goal is or what is his goal or the ball or anything. That would be really funny to see him like that. It's exactly the same thing as us, right?
So before I answer your question, two things. So guys, please stick with us till the end, because towards the end of our episode today, Hanan has a really, really nice gift for you and you will love it. The second thing is that I want to point out that it seems that Hanan is a soccer or football fan, because
No.
in the last episode she also used the analogy with with this sport. And this is something that I really didn't know about her, that though I've known her for a long time.
You know, I'm not fun. I'm not fun of football at all because my family is, and I always notice. You see why I talk often about football? Because I always notice people around me how they're so focused when there is a game, and how the football player is so focused also when he has a goal. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm using this analogy.
I love that. Okay, so going back to your question, how does having clear goals help me in building resilience? Because it happens on a daily basis, right? It's not only it happened in the past as well, but it also happens on a daily basis, right? Because we need a skill of resilience in various situations of our life. Like it happened to us today, we had a clear goal of going live. Therefore, regardless of the challenges that we faced, regardless of the fact that we didn't know whether we will be able to sort them out today, we knew exactly where we wanted to be, which was here live with you. So I want to share, there is a metaphor that I want to share with you so that you have a better understanding of what I mean by, not what I mean, but how important it is to have clear goals. So when I was very young, I used to be very proud of the fact that even though I didn't know where I wanted to be, even though I didn't know what I wanted in my life, I didn't know what I didn't want. And I was very proud of that. It seemed I was so happy to share this when somebody was telling me, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't know what I want, but I don't know what I know what I don't want." And as smart as that seemed to me at the time, there is a big no to that, because you might you might know that you don't want to go to, let's say, if we use the analogy of traveling, right? You might know that you don't want to go to Rome, to Paris, and to Amsterdam, right? So you know that for sure, you cross them out your traveling list. But there are a million other places that you can get to when you want to travel. It's the same thing in life. It is important that you know where you don't want to be, but you need to know exactly where you want to be. Because going to back to your question, how did it help me? It helps you focus. It helped me focus, knowing, having clarity in regards to where I want to be in various activities, various parts of my life, uh, personal, professional, in various projects. It helps me focus all my attention. It helps me have that tunnel vision towards what I want to achieve. Because as we discussed in the previous episodes, where your focus goes, where your focus is, your energy
Yeah.
goes. This is where you channel everything, you put everything into achieving the goal that you have. And this, when you have this clear goal, when I had this clear goal in my life, I knew exactly where I wanted to be. And even if I didn't know all the steps that I needed to take in order to get where I wanted to be, I knew where I wanted to end, and I started taking steps. And if having a clear goal doesn't mean that you will get there right away, and doesn't mean that you will have clarity in regards to how to get there, but it means that you will always be keeping the analogy with football, you will always be keeping your eyes on the ball. You will always, even if you're dribbling, even if you're falling down, even if you're sometimes get hurt
Right.
on the
Yeah.
way, right? You will know, you will raise yourself up, and you will start moving forward. So this is how it's helped me. It helped me focus my entire energy towards what I wanted to do. And this is what helped me every time. Just reminding myself why I call it of my why, right? I think many people are familiar with the big why, right? My goal, it's not only for me what helped me having developing resilience. It was not only the clear goal, but it was also for me the why I want to be there, which gives even more energy to my goal and to the trajectory that I want to be on.
Yeah.
So, how did it help you now? Having clear
Well,
goals.
yeah, for sure. Having clear goals always helped me to keep focus. And also in my career as a coach, I met two kind of people. The people who know exactly what they want, but they don't step forward to take actions because they are crippled in the fear. They are more in their minds than in taking actions. And the second kind of people is those who would like to make a change in their lives, who would like to improve things, who would like to see new results coming, but they don't know from where to start. And this is the issue. So that's why I would like to invite you for a quick exercise that of visualization.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can close your eyes, if you are in an area where you can close your eyes, do it.
If you're safe, so if you're driving, please don't close your eyes.
Absolutely. So try to be in a quiet place and close your eyes if you can, of course. If you cannot, that's okay. And try to connect with yourself and think about a goal, a vision, anything that you would like to achieve in your life. It can be a solution to a problem. It can be a new vision for yourself. It can be a goal that means a lot to you, something that you are striving to achieve, something that it's in your dreams every day and you want to reach it. So give yourself a few seconds to put yourself in that dream, in that goal or that vision, and think about it. So now try to think about the role you would like to play in that goal or in that vision that you are embracing right now. So what are you thinking about yourself? Is your thinking about yourself are supporting you today? Is it aligned with your vision? If not, what do you need to do to align that with the vision that you would like to achieve? Are you thinking of yourself as capable or not? So what needs to be done in order to align that thinking with your goal? Are your beliefs, the second thing that you need to ask yourself, are your beliefs today are supporting you, are empowering enough to hold that vision? If not, what needs to be done? What beliefs do you need to nurture about yourself? Do you need confidence? Can you see yourself in that confidence already? and how that confidence can change your whole life or can impact your vision and goal. We all know that the beliefs really, they act as a compass that gives us a clear direction. They can either empowering or they can be really hindering to us. So try to assess, are these beliefs supporting you today and what needs to be done? And then ask yourself again another question. Is this goal, is this vision, is aligned with your values today? Is it your values answer the question what you really want? Is this goal is something that you really want? Is it really something that you strive to achieve? Or is it something just like an alternative? I always ask this question to my students, and believe me, I always have half of my students telling me this is just an alternative because we didn't find something that we don't know what we want. So ask yourself, why also do you want what you want? And you see, this is something that I do for myself. Sometimes asking the why once is not enough. When you ask yourself why 5 times, it gives you really the root, the reason behind why you want what you want. So if you want this for a specific reason, ask again why you want this, and why, and why, and why, and why. Knowing the why help you to be persistent. Because if you don't know why you start this project, why you would like to embrace this vision, why you would like to do what you want, it's going to be easy one day to stop and quit. But the people who knows why they want for what they want, they don't stop, because they remind themselves all the time why they started in the very beginning. So check if your values are aligned with this goal. And again, another level that you need to check is, do you have the skills today to achieve this goal? So what kind of skills? If not, what kind of skills do you need to improve to get that goal done? Do you need more technical skills? Define these technical skills. Do you need more soft skills? What kind of soft skills do you need? You see, I had someone who I did this exercise with one of my students, and he told me I would like to become an international speaker, but he's very bad in communication and public speaking. So what kind of skills do you need to improve as a speaker? I don't know. I mean, the goals can be really, really different. So yeah, what kind of skills do you need to improve? What kind of beliefs do you need to embrace? What kind of thought you need to start embracing right now? Is the environment you are in is something that is helping you, encouraging you, or creating doubt within you? So what do you need to change? Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in the same environment? Do you see yourself working alone with people in order to get that goal done? Try to visualize all these kind of things. You see, I always do this exercise with my clients, and you see the amazing thing. One of my clients told me that I never visualized this. So if you never give yourself a chance to visualize this, or to dream about it, or to think about it, because visualizing is not just dreaming, it's somehow it's a mental rehearsal of what we really want, and this is the first step to get to where you would like to be. This is not just like an imagination game that we play, but this is somehow the first step to get into what you want, because after that you start by the belief, you start by visualizing, and from there you start taking actions. I was a project manager for more than 10 years, and believe me, I used to do this every time. Whenever I worked on a project, I needed to start from what I had. You cannot improve something. You cannot create, improve or revamp the self or the project if you don't know what you have, if you don't make an audit or an assessment of the beliefs, the skills, the values, everything. You see? And why is this important? Because very often when we define a goal, we just go and start taking actions. We start building something from the surface, but we forget to create things from inside first. You see? And the moment we align our thoughts and beliefs and emotions with this vision, with this goal, it becomes a reality, but not the opposite, believe me. Sometimes we don't get what we want, not because we don't have the competencies or we don't have the chances to get there. It's just we don't stop and think about them deeply and align everything within us to this goal. And from my experience, believe me, the moment this goal is very clear and it's very important to you, even if you don't have the beliefs, even if you don't have the skills, or you are not in the right environment, you will do everything. Really, you will. I was there, by the way. You will do everything to get there. When I started on this career, I didn't have the right beliefs. I didn't have all the skills I needed. I didn't have a lot of things. But you see, my passion, my why I want to be here is greater, is bigger than what I than I mean the goal. So that's why you need to know why in order to keep going and make it happen. I hope your vision is clear. I hope this exercise helped somehow, but believe me, the moment you know where you want to be, anything can happen because you will find the means to get there. Write in the comment if this exercise was helpful and if it helped you somehow to raise this awareness. And believe me, this exercise, you can do it as much as you want for anything you would like to achieve in your life.
Okay, so really curious to see your comments, guys. You said something that I really wanted to emphasize. You said that we need to use our imagination, our visualization, because this exercise is not just a simple exercise that just use your imagination. It is really powerful because you have to think of the following thing. Everything around us, everything that we're using, everything that every tool, whether we're talking about technology, I don't know, the phone, whatever, at one moment there was just a thought in somebody's imagination. It did not exist at a certain moment. So somebody started thinking about it, and started visualizing and started creating clarity in regards to what they wanted to create. So even if at this moment in your life you might not be having clarity, you might not be having a clear goal in regards to what you want to achieve in your life, start doing that and practice this exercise that Hanane walked you through, and ask yourself these questions. And I invite you to rewind the video and listen to it, and maybe write down the questions for you so that you ask yourself again and again. Because as you are doing this, the more you're doing this, the more clarity you will create in regards to your goal. And then you will slowly but steadily, if you keep doing it, find the answers. And the 5 whys that Hanane walked you through are so powerful because they do take you deeper. And I think this is for people in the project management and in the corporate world, this is something that is really powerful to do as well. Why are you trying to achieve your goal? Which is your goal, first of all, and why are you trying this? And then ask yourself, okay, you want to do this because, and then why, and why, and why, until you peel all the layers and until you find that powerful why that get everybody on board when you're in corporate and when you're in teams and you're leading teams, get everybody on board to support the goal and to create that vision, which is the action steps, right? Writing down the action steps and covering the skills that you need to uncover and covering the resources that you need to bring into your projects, into whatever you're building for yourself. It is very important and very powerful because you cannot do it by yourself. I mean, there, of course, you can do a lot of things by yourself, but you need to acknowledge that many times it's not enough. What you know or what you have, it's not enough. And you need to reach out or to develop the skills to take you to where you want, which is okay, which is absolutely okay. But you need to have clarity in regards to that. That's where visualization and that's where this exercise, it's really powerful to
Yeah.
help you get to the bottom of that, what you want and what you need in order to get where you want. That was my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. Well, you see, one of the things that sometimes we don't find in books, sometimes it's not, it's a skill that I learned myself, is observation. We often are told to do this in order to achieve this, to follow these steps in order to do this, but we were rarely told that observation can help us in achieving a lot of things. If you have a specific vision today and you were with me in this exercise, I mean, one of the things that you can do also is to observe, I mean, the people who already succeeded in what you want to become, or what would you like to have or acquire or whatever. So modeling can be very helpful. I remember I have a friend, and he may be with us today. One day I'm very good in modeling. Yeah, because I learned this skill of observation in my classes of sociology. I had a teacher who used to send us to the mall and ask the students to observe for more than 1 hour the behavior of other people, you see. And that was very helpful to me in this career, because today I can, whatever I would like to achieve, I would try to also to observe the people who are already succeeding there. Observing doesn't mean imitating. Observing is just inspired, because sometimes you don't need to invent the wheel. You can follow the steps, but you find your way. I mean, you get inspired, but you still need to find your way and your uniqueness in doing what you would like to do. Observation can save you a lot of time and energy. And yeah, let's observe.
Let's observe and let's be honest, we don't always want to invent a new thing, right? Our goals, our dreams are around things that most of us want, right?
Yeah.
We want to be happy, we want to have a partner, we want to find a job, we want to write a book, we want to become managers. So we have goals that most people have and many people achieve before us. So you don't have to invent the wheel. You don't have to invent now how to write a book. It's already invented. You know, there is a process that people discovered already, and there are a lot of people who wrote about it. You can find it, you can follow other people, and you can learn from them as well. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need
Yeah.
to find the right people to inspire you. You need to surrender yourself with the people, as Hanane said earlier, with the people who support you on your journey, who give you the environment, who give you the energy that feeds your energy towards achieving your goals instead of
Mhm.
pushing you back, instead of dragging you down. So it's not as difficult. You just need to make sure that you know where you want to be
Mhm.
and to have that clear why, to understand exactly why you want to do it, to tap
Yeah.
that into your soul. What's your inner desire, right? Why do you want to do that? For me, my biggest why is my daughter. I do everything because I want to give, not only to give her everything she needs, but
Mhm.
also to be that example for her, that regardless of whatever happens in your life, you can move on, right? So
Yeah.
that's my biggest why. So I'm really curious to hear from you once you're going through the visualization process that Hanan walked you through. I'm really curious to see in the comments below, what is your biggest why if you were able to identify it. So please do type in the comments below, what's your why? Why do you want to achieve the goal that you want to achieve?
Yeah. So, I just would like to add a last thing. I mean, if you are challenged today, if you are struggling with something today, if you need to build resilience today, building, having clarity of what you want, it's something that can help you get out from really from the mess and in order to find your message. I mean, being in a difficulty doesn't mean that we should not work on ourselves or our goals. Being in difficulty, it's something that we cannot control, but we still can control what we would like to focus on. Either you focus on the positive and you get more of that, you get opportunities, open doors, or you focus on the negative and then you get more anxiety, even depression, and then you are just blocking your chances to get there. And we want you to be in a path that will enable you to move forward, not backward. Well, if you like this episode, leave comments, follow us on social media, connect with us. We will be happy to have your feedback, and thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.